Hello, this is Father Scurti with Carl Bolleia on the Weekday Word. Now, Carl is a musician, so as we hear our intro music, he's there floating away. That's great.
Conducting it.
Welcome back, Carl.
Father, thanks for having me again.
Carl and I have known each other a long time. We were involved at William Patterson University, campus ministry, and Carl has gone on to perform and conduct many parishes, and as a music minister, and now is studying music. But I'm going to bring him back before we go into
Sure.
your education, which I want the viewers to know about. Religious singing during Mass. Okay, from the documents of Vatican II, we hear religious singing by the faithful is to be skillfully encouraged so that in devotional exercises as well as liturgical services, the voices of the faithful may be heard in conformity with the norms and requirements of the rubrics. The rubrics are the church laws of music and liturgy. In some places, in mission lands especially, there are people who have their own musical tradition, and this plays an important part in their religious and social life. For this reason, their music should be held in due esteem. Okay, now talk about your experience with multilingual music in context of the liturgy.
Absolutely. Well, I had 3 wonderful years in North Bergen, New Jersey, and we had a strong Latino community, and much of our music had to be bilingual because to reflect their pastoral reality of being Spanish-speaking, and then we had English speakers, and we also had parishioners of good Croatian population there. So some stuff in Croatian, but Croatian because of the lines always being redrawn, a lot of them spoke Italian as well.
Oh,
so we really had, when we had our liturgies combined together, we would reflect this a little bit, but honestly what united all the different communities was one language, which was Latin, because everyone could chant an Agnus Dei or a Sanctus because they all would know it.
Wow.
So in a way there, the Latin was unifying.
And interesting, the documents of Vatican II on sacred liturgy, the Church recognizes Gregorian chant as especially native to the Roman liturgy. That's beautiful. That's our roots.
Right, it's our roots, and just like an oak tree, though, we can go many different places.
Yes.
So while that's always our heritage, there's this idea of inculturation to try to meet people where they're at as well. And sometimes, and sometimes through the music we can do that. Just like in American society, in American parishes, a lot of the styles that people respond to are more, popular styles that might resemble music from the 80s or 90s or the folk movement. And in a way, I feel like as a music director, my job, or as a director of sacred music, is not to use liturgy to serve my own personal musical preferences, but to really serve the musical needs of the people. What will lead them to prayer? What will encourage them to respond?
That's great. That's great. I remember through the years at William Patterson, we had different evenings. We used to call it universality nights. And universality nights were Mass celebrated in different languages, and we had one pretty much every month. We had one in Tagalog, which is the Filipinos. We had Spanish, we had Italian, we had Polish, we had even a Ukrainian group.
Yes.
And that was very interesting, eye-opening. Everyone really enjoyed, well, besides the music and the language.
The food.
The food, absolutely. They always enjoyed the food.
Of course,
because each tradition would bring their own food.
Right.
But that, again, it's unity in diversity, but yet we're all worshiping the same God, which is really, really important.
Yeah. One holy Catholic, and I put Catholic, right? That whole universal nature of the church.
And often, if you see the Pope when he travels, even his predecessors, people in different languages and different cultures will perform dances, liturgical dances, or ethnic native dances.
Absolutely.
And that's really important. And even that we used in the context of liturgy at times at the chapel. Just bring in different traditions. None of them are solid, like the only one.
Right.
It's openness.
It's open.
So you've had quite a variety of experiences.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would say so. I don't want to narrow down to one particular parish, but what is the most significant liturgical musical experience you've had?
I would say at different parishes, I just happen to be there. We usually either have anniversaries of the parish.
Okay.
The 50th anniversary, which I did the music for at Our Lady of Good Counsel in Washington Township, and then also at Our Lady of Fatima in North Bergen. Those were quite memorable. And then I've also been honored to have masses of ordination anniversaries.
Oh.
So my childhood pastor, I did the music for his 50th anniversary as a priest, and then my previous pastor who just left at St. Elizabeth's, his 40th anniversary. And the installation of pastors, we just had one for our new pastor, which was also wonderful. So these landmark events in the life of the parish are something that are truly memorable and special.
And that takes a lot to plan, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It takes a lot to plan, a lot to coordinate, different meetings, and then getting the entire music ministry team to focus on getting to one goal. But I've been blessed to work with phenomenal colleagues and outstanding priests and great other music ministers and people. So it's been wonderful.
So some of the masses are with choir, and some of them are just a music minister or music leader,
an organ and a cantor, or maybe there's a children's choir or a contemporary group, or like the main choir.
So each parish has its own unique.
Absolutely, yeah.
Gifts.
In one of the parishes in North Bergen, we had a Spanish music ministry.
That's
group,
great. That's great.
So that added a dynamic to it as well.
When we have the 9/11 masses each year, we invite the gospel choir, straight and narrow,
of course,
and that blows the roof off.
I mean, wonderful.
It's really wonderful. Again, it's a different kind of celebration. It raises the spirit.
Right.
It's less contemplative as some elements of Gregorian chant would be.
Right.
But for the occasion,
of course, it's fitting. Absolutely, and it captures the style of music maybe that people would respond to, which sort of helps. I always try to strive for like a balance of the.
What do you want our viewers to know about their involvement in music in their parishes?
Right. Well, I would say it's important to sing. It's important to pick up the hymnal and just to participate. I feel with anything, but especially liturgical worship, what we put in will get out, and then some. I mean, the famous saying attributed to many people, you sing, you pray twice.
Right.
So I think just to be participant, to really sing, to be active, active participation.
And what do you say to the person who's, you don't want to hear my voice?
Yeah, well, God gave it to you. Get it even with Him.
That's great.
Right?
That's great. That's great.
And in the end, it's not a matter. I mean, no one's asking you to sing in the choir, to put a microphone there,
Right.
But I would say that, just sing, use your voice.
The word liturgy means work of the people, and this brings the music, the written word, the spoken word, the homily, the readings, and every element of the parish structure at the Mass brings the work together, and that's the people.
Yeah.
And the music ministry is as important, if not equally important or more important than the celebrants sometimes.
Well,
not really. But
I know what you mean. But true. No, the body of Christ, the Eucharist, is important, but then also the gathered assembly, the body of Christ there.
Right.
That's a reality as well.
And what's interesting, although the Eucharist is divided up into liturgy of the Word and liturgy of the Eucharist, which means the readings and the homily, and then the bringing up the gifts and the whole Eucharistic prayer, music is woven through all of it.
Of course.
Beginning, end, middle.
Throughout.
That's great.
One of the ideas is not just to sing music at Mass, but to sing the Mass.
Beautiful. That's a wonderful way to stop.
There you go.
Thank you. This has been Father Louis Scurti with Bolleia, talking about liturgical music and your role in your parishes. God bless you. Thank you, Carl.
Thanks, Father, for having me.
Keep the word alive and well.